Alright, so today we're diving deep into a topic that might make some people uncomfortable, but it's crucial for us to understand the dynamics of asterisk fascism. Asterisk fascism, at its core, is basically a cult of the leader, right? When you think about it, it forms like a storm, where individuals feel a sense of humiliation, often coming from threats they perceive from immigrants, leftists, or certain minorities.
Wait. So you're saying that even minority groups can have these ultra-nationalist movements? That sounds kind of wild. Like, can you give me an example of how that might look in real life?
Absolutely. Think about it this way. During times of social turmoil, some marginalized groups might grab onto ultra-nationalist identities to assert power or relevance within a larger national narrative. It's a protective mechanism, much like putting on a shield when a storm approaches, hoping that by aligning with a specific nationalism, they can secure their place in society.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, what is it then that really differentiates fascism from other authoritarian regimes? I mean, you mentioned this ideological structure, and I'm just trying to piece it all together in my head. Laughs.
Great question. It's really about understanding that fascism is not just a collection of random events or leaders. It's this specific ideological structure composed of various elements. For instance, many fascist regimes actually emerged from democratic foundations. Think of Hitler's Nazi Party, which started gaining power through electoral campaigns. It's like, one moment you're at a party, and the next moment, it's a hostile takeover of the venue.
Oh, so like how sports teams have rivalries? It's not just about the game. It's about this deep-seated feeling of us versus them. That's a cool analogy. But wait, how does an outside threat, like immigrants, for example, fit into this narrative?
Exactly. That's a brilliant analogy. In the fascist narrative, immigrants are often presented as the invaders undermining the social order. It's a cultural war, where they frame themselves as protectors of traditional values against these encroaching forces. This manipulation can be deeply entrenched, much like claiming your favorite pizza place is under threat from a new trendy food truck.
I see. So basically, if propaganda overwhelms the truth, it creates this warped reality and social panic. But how does that tie in with things like urban versus rural divides?
Exactly. Fascism thrives on those artfully fabricated divides. By casting cities as centers of moral decay and framing immigrants as the root of those problems, fascist leaders cleverly manipulate that tension to rally support. It's like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat. But once you take a closer look, you see all the sleight of hand happening behind the scenes.
Wow, that's super heavy. So, when conservative individuals align with these fascist movements, it's out of fear for their families and the way of life they know? It's like they feel cornered? Laughs.
Precisely. They often feel as though their sense of security is slipping away, and in a bid to reclaim that, some may find themselves co-opting fascist ideologies. It's a classic case of pulling together under a banner that promises safety and restoration.
It really makes you think about the importance of understanding where these feelings are coming from, and how easily misinformation can shape reality. It's crazy to realize how fragile democracy is in the face of all this.